All right, guys, happy Wednesday. As promised, I wanted to go over this most recent Greg Morris consignment that I did. I sent this off to them right before we left for our wedding in like late June. And they're still kind of running a little bit now, but most everything is pretty much done. And so I just wanted to get this kind of out there. As a reminder, my strategy with selling or consignment with Greg Morris, I think this was maybe my fifth consignment with them. It's just to pick out really nice looking cards, centered cards, and the stuff that I send them generally are things that I've had from collections and different things that I buy over the course of maybe like the last 6 months to a year. That kind of just sits around. I've taken to many card shows and just hasn't sold. So to use that money to get this card out, I've just found that Greg Morris has been a great resource to do that. And so I'll just share screen here and we'll go right into how we did. And so you can see here the consignment they received on the 3rd. Ignore this first one here because this card was relisted and was found to be altered, I guess, like either by the original person that bought it. If they sent it in to be graded, I have no idea. But you can see when it ended and when it ended again, there's like nearly 8 weeks of time elapsed. So that's definitely enough time for someone to send it in and to get a grade back or whatever. So actually, Greg Morris has this new website. I think they just launched it today. And so I can't see all of my consignments, which is kind of a bummer. And this last 90 days is definitely not indicative of what I sent them in 2023. So maybe that's left over from their last website. But you can go in here and kind of see like a quick snapshot of your consignment, active or non-active. This one's still active. John and I will do a video about this one at some point. So we're going to talk about this one, of course. So we'll go right back into it. For the matters of this video, we'll just sort by price. eBay has this like really annoying thing now where they say like this item you selected has ended, but you find something similar. So for everything that we're doing here, I have to go into like this new listing. So this was an awesome card that I submitted. You can see like people really pay attention to this. There were a lot of watchers, a lot of bids, but you just see how nice and sharp the centering for 69 especially, and the corners were. Just an incredible result here. So jumping back here, you can see this, I think, was maybe my most successful consignment with them. I think total sales are close to $8,000, which is definitely the most that I think I've gotten through them. And you can see from my last consignment, I think I only had like maybe 1 or 2 cards over $100 that sold. You can see how many here just in this consignment are over 100. And so, you know, big chunks like this will get you, of course, like higher yields. So this card is specifically, oh, not that one. So this Kent Peterson, you can see the hat there is red. This is a tougher card. I found this at Strongsville and just put it right in the consignment. So you can see here the card's like pretty clean. Maybe they thought it was like a 3. It has a stain like in this area here. But you can see there, big jump. This is the black hat variation, much more common. So if you're at a card show and you see him with a red hat, that's what you want. Here's another weird card. This Bob Bolin This came in a deal. You can see this like white streak here. If it weren't for this crease, this card would have gotten a lot. It's a little wrinkled, like maybe in this area of the card here. I don't really remember, but if you don't have that, this would have been much, much more. But another something weird to look out for. You can check the PSA pop reports to get like a more accurate representation of what this card will do, or how rare it is really. This was a really nice nice sale. This Roman Gabriel rookie. This one happens to be a short print in the set, but you know, for anything with a black border, they put it against this black background so people can see like the actual wear. I thought this would have given it a near mint. Still though, with this, I mean, you can just see the periphery, how nice this 62 is. Like 62 football is just horribly hard to find nice. And so I bought this card really like for the idea of sending to Greg Moore. So I was happy I did, and with the good result. Again, 67 high numbers always do well. Norm Cash and X-Mint getting $81 is really good. Let's see here. These Diamond Stars did really well. These are commons and not high numbers, and they did pretty similarly, and I think they did pretty well. Let's see. Anything else that's super interesting? This Drysdale I really like a lot. This came from something I bought maybe at Philly. And I thought this would have been near mint to mint or better, just based upon like just how nice it is. Like the periphery, the centering is really nice. The corners are great. The back is clean, but they gave it the near mint, so ended a little less than I expected it to. But you know, that's just what you can do. This one was really disappointing, actually. This is a pretty rare card, and when I sent this to them, they didn't have this like this paper that was like folded down, so I'm not sure like what happened in there, like sorting or whatever. But I think I paid like maybe $125 for this card, so for it to end at $51 is not great. But this is a tough card in this set, not one you see a lot, and yeah, just a disappointing result, but it happens. This Ron Santo getting an X-Mint was also a disappointment. I mean, you can see just like how crispy and centered and sharp this card is. There was maybe a minor corner ding, which they could have seen. But if you compare this sale, you know, although it is the X to X mint here, it just looks like a near mint or a near mint to mint card. And so that'll just, of course, garner a higher price. So it does pay to send them really nice stuff, especially if it's like maybe in the mid-range. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Let me just close a few of these. Okay. This is a nice one too. AL batting leaders, near mint to mint or better. You know, card number 2 in the set, 3 Hall of Famers. Really, really nice card. Sharp card. I remember buying it and just thinking how nice it was. Centering wise, I don't think that it was like up to the snuff of near mint to mint or better. Maybe that's not why. Maybe that's why it didn't get like crazy money. Because like if you were to submit this card and it would get an 8 or something, it would be in, you know, at least 100. So I think centering did play a factor in as to why that card didn't perform as well. That's not what I wanted here. Sorry. Maybe the search function is not really great here. Okay, here we go. If you find any of these 71 Topps Vita Blue, if you don't know already, this card can get like kind of crazy. Even this like near mint example, I thought like didn't do as well as I had hoped. And I'll show you here. Obviously, his first solo card, he won the Cy Young this year. All of these 4 came from an original owner collection, so they were really nice. You can see the periphery on this card is really nice, aside from really that corner. So maybe that's why it did what it did. But just something to keep an eye out for. Oh, where were we? This Tony Perez was a great surprise. I bought this at a card show. And just thought it looked like incredibly nice. And they agreed, and people went kind of crazy for this one. For a raw Tony Perez, like mid-career. So, sorry, that's here. I have to tab over whenever I share a different tab within the screen. So sorry if I mess it up at all. Topps Ruler did well. This Willie Knowles from 61 Fleer did well. As you can see, like a lot of cards in this like $40 to $50 range. So those are nice little chunks. Few strip cards. This Carl Eller rookie was a bummer. I bought this and I got it in. I was like, man, this thing is like incredible. But they must have seen something X to X mint, and for that reason, it just really didn't do that well at all. You know, so maybe it's diamond cut. You can see here on the back, it's like easier to see, but man, this thing was like really, really nice. So, you know, it happens. Like stuff does better or does worse. Did have some 71 Topps that they gave near mint to mint or better, which is always nice. This Jerry Philbin is really funny. So this came from the same collection as the other 71 Vita Blue that I showed. This card is so nice. I submitted it to PSA, and I actually missed that it had wax on it, and so they graded it a 5, and I was like, that's not going to work. So snapped it out, cleaned the wax off, near mint or better, $32 later for an absolute common. Now, he's a higher number in the set, but if you ask around, I don't know if many people really know who this guy is. So just a funny story there. Oh, what else? Anything else that's like super interesting? So I am waiting for a Tony Gwynn rookie to sell. At the time of this recording, it hasn't sold yet, but they did give it the near mint or better designation. And so we're just waiting to see how that does. I also have a near mint Don Mattingly rookie, and I think they just get so many of these, but you know, they do vary how well they do. So yeah, Kellogg's had a few in there that did well. I tried to throw in, I think for my last video, I talked a lot about this card. I had a few sharp ones just really off center, and they just didn't do as well as last time. So, you know, and that one's got a corner ding, so maybe that's not even worth X to X mint. But you know, just a lesson for me to be a little more selective when picking a card like that. Let's tab over and see if there's anything else that's like interesting. So here's the Gwyn. We can see how it's doing here. 24 people watching it. It's really sharp, really centered. And I'm doing a video. Let's see. Near mint, people don't give a crap about this card. Another 67 high number. I got this also from Strongsville. Near mint or better. But this is, I think, a double print in the set, and people just like do not care about this card at all. So yeah, that is what it is. What else is maybe interesting to share? I mean, as we go here, you see a lot of cards like in this like $10 to $20 range. Once you get below $10, they take an additional dollar off of your fee. So you do have to be like pretty careful with what you send them. That would get lower than 10, like I should say, sell for less than 10. But as you can see, like, you know, they do list a lot. Yeah. More leaders cards. This Jack Chesbro was super sharp. I was hoping they would do a little bit better. I mean, near mint or better and only sold for $12. So maybe I'll, what did I net out of that? Yeah, a little less than 10. So really hardly even worth like the attempt. They did reject a fair number of cards. A lot of 71s that I sent, they just like didn't list. So as you see here, this is like that $10 threshold. Still they'll take 25%. Anything under, they still take the 25% plus $1. So as you see here, like the difference between is just a little different. This Mattingly, I didn't anticipate them grading so low. Obviously, I wouldn't have sent it, but the centering and the corners were just like really sharp. So I don't know what they saw, but this is the kind of thing that like I pick out like the best centered Mattingly rookie that I have and give to them and just kind of see how it will do. Maybe I'll go back up to the top. There were more interesting things on the first page. This card is cool. Has 3 Hall of Famers on it: Ott, Hubble, and Bill Terry. I bought a lot of these, and I really like shouldn't have bought it, but they all had the year written on the back, and so I had them out at shows like probably about $100 a piece, and none of them sold. So sometimes I did okay, sometimes not so much. I bought a lot of these premiums, so you'll see a Greenberg and a Fox here. There's a Cronin down below. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's all I really want to talk about. But yeah, I think we did okay. See if there's anything here on like this third page that like is worthy of talking about. But otherwise, we're like really getting into like really low grade, low end stuff. So I think that would probably be about it. Maybe I can show what is active. Yeah, so here's the Gwyn, here's the Mattingly, near mint to mint or better. So we'll see how they do. They've got some time left. And then kind of wrapping up here, and I'll show you what's processed. So nothing really super outstanding that's like processed and hasn't really like, or they haven't listed yet. So I figured to just get this video done and going. So yeah, really fun consignment. This is the total here is what I'll net, or the total sold amount. My net is that. So honestly, if stuff's just sitting around, like it's great for me, and something that you guys should consider if you have things sitting around that you just don't care about anymore, or if you sell cards and things are just kind of sitting around for you. This is what works for me. So I'm going to stop sharing, come back in here, wave goodbye, and thanks for watching. Appreciate it.